Thank you for joining me today. I'm Fritz at Zone Fritz. I hope your day is going splendidly so far. Currently, 61 degrees, sunny and breezy here in the valley on this Sunday afternoon. Happy Easter. Welcome back. This video is part 2 of the Universal Yums International Snacks food reviews for the month of April. The featured snacks are from the Netherlands. Full disclosure, Universal Yums is not a sponsor of this video. If you've tried any of these products, please let me know in the comments what your assessment of them are. First up on today's taste test journey is the Roca Mini Gouda cheese sticks. Puff pastry with 90 layers. Roca is a well-known brand both in the Netherlands and abroad. You'll recognize their snacks by their signature yellow and blue, or blue and white packaging. The blue color and overall design are inspired by Delft blue dishware, a special type of pottery that's an icon of Dutch culture. The brand is particularly well known for its cheese-flavored snacks, which are made from 90 layers of dough and cheese. Dutch cheese. Gouda is by far the most popular Dutch cheese, and it makes up 30% of these cheese sticks by weight, meaning they're literally packed with real cheese flavor. Gouda cheese is one of the oldest in the world, sometimes dated as far back as 1184, and can be aged from several weeks to 7 years. Older Goudas are saltier and more pungent, while young Gouda is mild and creamy. The Noord Hollandaise Gouda type even has its protected designation origin. The milk used to make this cheese must come from the province of Noord Holland. Wow. This 0.9 ounce bag has an expiration date of December 12th, 2025. Yeah. Ooh. Smells tangy. Cheesy. Look at that. I can see the layers. Cheers, everybody. Woo. Sufficiently crunchy while still being light and airy. Fresh, not stale, not greasy or oily. Strong Gouda taste, start to finish, hint of smokiness, well balanced with the saltiness, no filler. Gouda, real Gouda, creaminess, smooth. I could see these being used as croutons, a nice salad. Ooh, take it to a picnic, or just sit outside on your patio on a warm spring evening. I appreciate the bite-sized pieces, very crisp, flaky, nice cheese crisp snacks. Seem to be a good quality for the ingredients that were used. I appreciate the smokiness of the Gouda. And the creaminess. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will give the Roca Gouda mini cheese sticks, I'll give it a solid 8.97. Yeah, what a treat. Savory. Tangy. If you like tangy cheese, I think you would like this. Or cheese sticks in general. Give these a try. It's worth trying. Tasty. Next up here on the docket today is the Merba lemon chocolate cookies. Zesty lemon cookies with white chocolate. These cookies are made in the style of an American chocolate chip cookie, but feature white chocolate instead, as well as a zesty lemon flavor. In the 1800s, the Netherlands was a major producer of chocolate and cocoa powder. White chocolate was actually invented as a way to use up all the cocoa butter that was left over from the process that produces cocoa powder. It's not only tasty, it helps reduce food waste too. Lemons are also an important part of Dutch culture. Aside from their use in cuisine, lemons are featured extensively in Dutch artwork. In the 17th century alone, over 250,000 still lifes were painted in the Netherlands. And guess what? Over half of those pieces depicted lemons. It makes us want to crack open our watercolors and try our hand at a lemon still life while munching on these cookies. Hey, wow, look at this. Woo, impressive. This 5.29 package has an expiration date of January 19th, 2026. Man. Whoa. Hello. Strong, zesty lemon aroma. Firm to the touch. Cheers, everybody. Nice and crispy. Wonderful lemon flavor. Sweet, buttery, creamy, nice little extra chewiness from the white chocolate. But the lemon is the star of the show. Oh, goodness gracious. What a treat. Woo. Incredible. I could see having this with some hot orange spiced black tea or even some milk. But even on their own, profile, spot on, not stale at all, no weird medicinal aftertaste. The lemon is lemon. I'm trying to think of texture, what it reminds me of. Almost reminds me of Milano cookies in terms of the butteriness and the creaminess. The lemon, oh, what a delight. Flaky, buttery. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will give these Merba lemon chocolate cookies. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving this a solid 10 out of 10. Wow. So sweet. Oh, dessert. Perfect bite-sized pieces. I appreciate that there's 8 there in the package. I can have some now, save some for later. Just can't get enough. Welcome to the show. Oh, these almost remind me. Okay, I just remembered. These remind me of the Dewey's. I think it's Dewey's Bakery brand. Oh, cookies. Oh, woo! Next up, woo, is the Max and Alex Choco Stroop waffles. Now, I apologize if I pronounced any of these words incorrectly. No, bear with me. Stroopwafels are a classic Dutch treat that originated in the city of Gouda in the early 1800s. A resourceful baker named Gerard Kamphoefsen created the earliest versions using leftovers from the bakery, such as breadcrumbs and syrup. These early versions were cheap and commonly enjoyed by people of lower social classes who could not afford expensive baked goods. Initially, they were even referred to as armen koeken, which translates to poor man's cookies. They come in the form of a slim sandwich cookie that's filled with a layer of caramel or thick syrup. These stroopwafels are coated in chocolate for an even more decadent snacking experience. It may be surprising to learn that a stroopwafel is actually made from a single waffle that's been split horizontally and trimmed while still warm, making for 2 ultra thin and crispy layers. A popular way to enjoy a stroopwafel is to place it over a cup of hot coffee or tea so that the biscuit warms slightly and the filling becomes soft and gooey. Hey, hey, hey. Mm, mm. This 1.5-ounce bag has an expiration date of January 14th, 2026. Ta-da. Ta-da. Wow. Has a nice heft to it. A little sticky. Chocolate. Cheers, everybody. Mm, mm, Soft and chewy, not too sweet, very crumbly, smooth, creamy, rich chocolate. Complements well with the caramel. And then the waffle center, extra layer of chewiness. Ooh, dessert time. I could see having this, dipping it in some hot cocoa. Ooh. Or topping it on a sundae. Mm, the waffle part, very buttery, decadent, rich, not overly salty or yeasty. The chocolate is the star of the show. Woo, sugar time. Mm, mm. In terms of the texture profile, It almost reminds me of, oh, I just had it. I'll think of it. Rip Van Waffles brand. I think it was spelled Ripvan. Don't quote me on that, but that's what comes to mind. Woo! Ah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give the Max and Alex cookies Choco Strupa waffles. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving this a solid 10 out of 10. Wow. What a treat. Mm. Whew. Mm. If I was more health conscious, I probably wouldn't eat this, but it's so good. So tender. Mm. Woo. Mm. Taste, the quality, the sweetness, fresh, crumbly, caramel. It melts in the mouth, blends together nicely with the chocolate. Awesome sweet snack. I just can't get enough. This is going to be gone in about a minute. Stick around. Next up is the Helima chocolate peanut cookies. Milk chocolate covered cookies with roasted peanuts. The American English word cookie is derived from the Dutch koekje, meaning little cake. The word can literally be traced back, likely, to the Middle Ages, when cooks would place a small amount of cake batter into a wood-fired oven to test how hot it was. Cookies themselves were brought to America by Dutch immigrants, where the word koekje soon became cookie, replacing older American terms such as jumble, a cookie-like snack made with nuts and sugar, and plunket. These crunchy cookies are extra special, featuring roasted peanuts and a layer of chocolate. Peanuts are extremely popular in the Netherlands. In fact, it's one of the top peanut importers worldwide. A related fun fact, the Dutch word for peanut butter is pindakaas, or peanut cheese, because during the time that peanut butter arrived in the Netherlands, the word butter had been copyrighted by the dairy industry. Wow. Ooh, look at that. Oh my. This 5.2-ounce package has an expiration date of December 15th, 2025. Da, 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 da. Ooh. This container has 9 cookies. 3 times 3 is 9. Woo. Oh, wow. Pleasant peanut butter and chocolate aroma. It smells like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Ooh, my. Ooh, very sticky. The chocolate's already melting just by touching it. Cheers, everybody. Smooth peanut butter, crunchy peanuts, creamy chocolate. all meshing together. In terms of the flavor profile, it tastes like a Reese's Nutrageous bar without the caramel. Ooh, perfect balance between sweet and salty, crunchy and soft, very versatile. I will say it's very messy. I'm glad I had a towel, paper towel here. Oh, what a treat! Extremely rich though. It's sugary. Mm. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. Ladies and gentlemen, I just can't get enough. Welcome to the show. Wow. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will give the Helma chocolate peanut cookies. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could go higher than a 10 out of 10, I would. This might break the scale that I have for this taste test, food reviews. But, oh, scrumptious. I appreciate the packaging. All of the cookies are intact. None of them are broken. I appreciate the ratio of the peanut butter to the chocolate to the peanut. Mm, crispy. And the cookie part itself, flaky, it's buttery, not yeasty, no weird chemical aftertaste. The chocolate binds everything well together. The peanuts, crunch them up a little bit. Reminds me of Reese's. Turn it into peanut butter. You can make peanut butter in your mouth. Huh. Mm. Yum, yum. Give me some. Mm. Sticky, though. I will say that. But 10 out of 10. Woo! Mm. If I had some ice cream, I would definitely be dipping some of that. Put this topping on there, break it up a little bit, and just dig right in. A spoonful. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Huh? Next up is the Van Melle Advocaat Smaak eggnog flavored toffees. These toffees are inspired by the flavors of Advocaat, a creamy Dutch alcoholic beverage that's similar to eggnog. Advocaat is made with eggs, sugar, and some form of alcohol, usually brandy or whiskey. The drink is thick and rich and can either be enjoyed in a glass or topped with whipped cream and served with a spoon. The name and recipe can likely be traced back to Dutch colonialism in northern Brazil and Suriname, where Dutch settlers encountered a creamy beverage called abacat, which is made with avocados. It's thought that since avocados weren't available back in the Netherlands, the Dutch used eggs in their version of the drink to achieve a similar creamy consistency. These toffees don't contain any alcohol, so they're the perfect way for people of all ages to enjoy the creamy eggnog-like flavor of Advocaat. Isn't it strange how something so different like an egg can replace an avocado? Did you know that you can also use avocados as a substitute for eggs in baking recipes? How strange. Little bite-sized piece, individually wrapped. Mm-mm. Smells creamy. Smells eggy. Eggs. Firm to the touch, a little sticky. Cheers, everybody. Oh. Extremely chewy, yet creamy. It reminds me, in terms of the texture, the chewiness, reminds me of saltwater taffy. Jaw's getting a good workout. In terms of the flavor profile, tangier, zestier than regular eggnog that I've had, but I am impressed. Several years ago, I had eggnog taffy. I don't remember the how or the why, but it's just reminiscent of that flavor profile. It's fresh, decadent. It tastes like how eggnog would be if it was in a solid instead of a liquid form. Ooh. Not as sweet as I thought it would be. And like I said before, I appreciate the bite-sized piece. There's a few left here in the bag that I can share with my coworkers if I feel inclined to do so. I probably will. Ooh. And that's a nice, pleasant eggnog aftertaste. It's not bitter, not stale. Doesn't taste off-putting to me anyway. Tasty. So let's see, I can give one to Kira. Let's see how many I have here. I don't want to make a promise I can't keep. Oh, well, there's only 3 left. There's 3 in here. So maybe one for Kira, one for Dacia, one for Kristen. I don't know. It's mainly whomever I see first at work. I don't know. Who knew? Eggnog flavor profile. I like it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will give the avocado. My apologies if I said that wrong. The toffee. I'll give this a solid 8.75. I appreciate the flavor profile. I appreciate the portion size. And just the flavor, just the overall experience. Give these as stocking stuffer if I had more, but I don't. Only 3 more. Have this. You could have a hot toddy with this if you're so inclined to do so. Yeah, some whipped cream. I will say it's chewy though. Certainly not the liquid eggnog. Beware. Wow. What a treat. Yeah, that's a nice, pleasant aftertaste. I mean, I'll give this. Yeah, why not? I'll change my score. Sure. I'm Fritz on Fritz. What? Yeah, I'll give this. I'll move this up to a 9.01. There you go. Write that down. Write that down. It's official. Woo. Yeah. Put that in the. If someone's keeping a journal at home of all these rankings, let me know. That would be kind of fun to go back and see what the top items have been over the years. Eggnog. Oh, yeah. Eggnog time. Time for some eggnog. Eggnog time. Now is the season. Eggnog time comes in many factors. And I'm here at home. Banana, nana, nana. Good times. Eggnog. For the good times. Well, here we are. approaching the end of another food review for the month. Last up on today's taste test journey through the Netherlands is the Rodmaker Hophaze coffee flavored hard candies. Hophaze are hard coffee flavored caramel candies. They're named after the 18th century Dutch diplomat Baron Hendrik Hop, who, for a time, lived in an apartment above the Van Haren Nieuwerkerk confectioner shop in The Hague. My apologies if I said that wrong. One night, Hop left a cup of coffee on a warm radiator. The coffee slowly evaporated, leaving behind a deliciously sticky residue. Inspired, Hop asked the confectioner's shop downstairs to make a coffee-flavored candy. Theodorus Van Haren obliged, inventing a creamy coffee candy which he named after Hop. The candies quickly spread in popularity, likely thanks to Hop's job as a diplomat. Odds are he gifted them to foreign dignitaries during his travels. Soon, other candy makers began making Hopdiz, including the confectioner J.P. Radenbaker. The maker of these, Rademacher Hopdiz. In fact, the two companies spent decades in legal disputes with each other, both fighting to claim the iconic candies as their own. We, personally, love the results of a little candy competition. Don't you? A little bite-sized piece here, individually wrapped. Da-da-da-da. Whoa. Firm to the touch. It's not sticky. Woo! Strong coffee aroma. Like I'm in a coffee shop downtown. Woo! Cheers, everybody. Wow. Nice, rich, buttery, and creamy flavor profile. It reminds me of a macchiato and an espresso together. It's sweet. It's hard candy. Taking a long time to get smaller. Well balanced. Surprisingly, it's not bitter. What a treat. It's like a decadent, high-end hard coffee. It doesn't taste artificial. It tastes like real coffee. Woo. I could see these give these to your guests after the dinner. Wow, what a treat! How many do I have here? I have 3 more in this bag. I could have one tomorrow, or the next day. I could put one in my vest pocket and have it when I'm on break. Very tasty. Almost a creamy, milky aftertaste. And like I said, this hard candy is lasting a long time in my mouth. Seems to be a good quality for the quantity and the ingredients. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will give the Rademacher Hop Diz hard coffee candy. I'll give this a solid 9.27. I am satisfied. Well, there you go. Thanks, everybody. That's it for the month of April for the Universal Yums food reviews. Like I said in part 1, I received a 1-year subscription of Universal Yums as a Christmas gift from my dad and stepmom. I'm really looking forward to seeing which country will be featured in May. So stay tuned for when that video comes out next month. It'll be here before we know it. So until next time, I'll see you then. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Safe travels if you're heading anywhere. I'm Fritz, Hot Zone Fritz. Still working on that piece of hard candy. It just keeps going and going. Sweet coffee time. Banana. Creamy. Cheers, everybody. Woo. All right. If you're here in Wenatchee next week, check out Apple Blossom taking place. Festivities start. And then with all the vendors down there in Memorial Park. Ta-da. Next week. Ta-da. Hard candy time.